Let's do some side quests. Shirley.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
Possibly.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop.
Uh-huh.
I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared.
Yes.
Almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Yes. Allow me to help.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
On balance, I see what you did there. Quest namers. Children lying to their tutors. Who'd have thought it?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all straight. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
Mm-hmm. They've broken her scales.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
How long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Oh dear.
For yourself, the heavy thing goes at the bottom.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Then...
When you take things apart, you need to
three need to learn to take
record
responsibility for
how
your
you are
actions.
taking it apart.
So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Oh dear.
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
Mm-hmm. Right, so we have the arm, the pans, and the gear.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
Clive is a teacher.
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. These
Sausages.
aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But
This is true.
what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably.
not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
Mm-hmm. The
This is
arm.
called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've
Yes.
ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good
Yes.
thinking. You're on the right track.
So the gear. Onto the wrong button.
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
Puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult.
Will that work?
So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do...
Don't we have to put the
What do you
cog,
think?
then the arm, then the
I think we've got
pants?
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
Yes.
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Yes.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
But no cog.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was
But-
you three
but the cog.
engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs.
Airs.
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
No, because the scale's not
A
complete.
little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley. I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with
It's
Miss
not
Shirley.
fixed, Clive.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
No. I think you guys need to figure out where the cogwheel goes by yourself now that he's showed you how to do the thinking part of it. At least I'd like to think that that is how it works. That's how I teach. Little bit of teaching theory for you here. In British schools, at least, there is an I, we, you approach to certain kinds of teaching. So first of all, I will show you how to do something. Then we will do an example of it together. And then you will do an example of it on your own. So there are multiple opportunities for you to get to grips with things, and you are not massively overwhelmed to start off with when being introduced to a new concept.
Let me help.
I assume most schools do something similar.
Most of them.
It's a fairly standard way of
Well,
instructing.
did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully, she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
Bless her.
And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission.
Hmm.
In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war
And she
engines.
doesn't want to build
To
stuff
anyone
for
else, it would be
destroy.
an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Well, ain't that the truth?
Explains her heirs.
Just thinking about the
Just working
future.
to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
I mean, I'm tempted to go back and see whether they've actually managed to assemble it for themselves with the cog in. Ooh, that might... Is that enough for... anything from Desiree? It is. It is. Molly!
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Hi, Molly.
Sure it's me you're looking for. I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of
Yes.
it and that awful
Yes, I
stench,
do.
people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself.
Oh, dear.
Had a peek at
Oh,
the
dear.
book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Yvonne had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I did help
I
Ivan.
didn't want to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
What are we going to have to go and
Fine
kill?
Mortress of Skyworm. That's one heck of a name,
A
isn't it?
what?
Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out Skyworm livers and Drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Yvonne said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something.
Perhaps.
And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Not to be outdone. Oh, Harpocrates.
I know my letters.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Yvonne.
Ah, Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favourites.
Yes, I bet.
The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more.
We're going to need a little bit more guidance.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and Drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Saint-Brecois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried...
I love the fact that he just knows what we're talking about.
Mouthwater. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Saint-Brecois.
I thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very colour of the sea.
By the
beside which it
sea.
resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the Drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do...
I was going to say, he's going to ask for a bite, isn't he? Okay. So, not to be outdone, there's our
I
wyvern.
should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers.
Blue and
Easy
yellow.
enough to spot.
Classic combination, especially when it's just chilling.
This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with.
Oh, you can get quite a bit of reach off that. Nah, too slow. And too fast, I think. Ah. Excuse me. There we go. Oh, I've done it again. Ow. That's a cool way of finishing an enemy with punch. Yeah, I really like the Titan parry, but I really should Raptor liver. I really should try Bahamut. In fact, let's do it. Let's try. Let's swap out for Bahamut. And what have we got? We've got Impulse, which was Spheres of Light. And we've got the Flamethrower, which I'm going to try. Also, we've got a new accessory. Oh yeah, I forgot. Completely forgot about that. Also. Huh. Right. We've got a little Mega Flare gauge now. Fan flowers.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Mm-hmm. But while we're here, anything up here? Because we haven't been here before. Some goblins. Mega Flare gauge. Yeah, we can keep on. Oh, darn. That's the wrong button, wasn't it? I want to see how long we can charge it up for. Oh, it keeps going. It's very slow. Right, that seems to be... Ow. Does this have a... Oh, it does.
Nice try.
Over here!
Ooh, that's kind of weird. That just keeps on going. Good work, Dema. I feel like my controllers stopped responding properly. Well, Bahamut was Demon Tamer's Sash, new belts. Must remember it shows us a little icon. We could have found this much earlier in the game, I'm guessing. So there is reason to explore the areas more fully once you get to them, because if you find a little pocket of enemy like this. What is that? Is that one of the cannon guys? Anyway, Bahamut, kind of underwhelming, if I'm honest. Not a super fan of that. I mean, I like the idea of the flamethrower. Mega Flare seems very slow, though I suppose we could upgrade it. Had we been to this castle place over here? Oh no, wait, isn't this the town? The city. This is the city, isn't it? So technically, yes, we have been here. I don't necessarily remember coming up to the gates, though. Oh, the gate is surrounded by chocobos.
This one.
Right, I'm going to swap Rook's Gambits. What would I like to replace Rook's Gambit with? Oh my god, I've got 7,000. Because as much as I like Rook's Gambit, and I do, I don't actually feel like it's very useful. Or... oh, I can change it for Flare Breath, or... abilities that attack an enemy on which Clive uses magic. Binds. Oops. Oh, got AoE. How about if we... no. How about if we make that our AoE? Yeah, interesting. So we can't get through there, we can't get in. But there is an obelisk here. That's quite nice water. Again, I've spoken before about the surface reflections and how it would obviously look better with ray tracing. But of course, not everything has the power to do ray tracing. I mean, my PC doesn't really have the power to do ray tracing half the time. This looks like milk. It's not, it's orange juice. That's the green screen effect.
Which song should we listen to?
I can't drink milk, so...
Did you have that word with Tomes then?
aye, we did.
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
There we go. Have some things.
And
From
what
my bag of
precisely
holding.
will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
I feel like this the cooking quests are a counterpoint to Ignis's stuff in FF15, where they clearly spent a lot of time. Those look
Here we
like
have
chicken
it.
nuggets and lettuce.
Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Probably not. I'm not a foodie, so... He likes it.
So, not fit for consumption then.
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
The man has a turn of
He
phrase.
likes it.
Thanks,
Can't
Clive.
quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent. It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary.
Ears just started ringing.
Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
We've got bigger fish to fry, or wyverns to hunt. That wasn't even an intentional kind of segue. I'm going to shut up. Moving on. Next side quest, please. Before I start accidentally making any more terrible puns.
That book may be a veritable treasure trove, but the recipes are hardly what I'd call honest fare.
Oh, who needs honesty when they can have majesty? Our companions deserve only the very best.
Who's that sulking over there by the lift?
Said her name was Yote. A friend of Sid's, you think?
Ah.
Lord Marquis, you seem unwell.
Thanks.
I know His Grace has asked that I remain here with your people. But if you were to require my services, I could leave for the Free Cities at once.
Bless her. She misses her man. Her boy. Our brother. Right. An eye for an eye. Oh, this was Goots's quest, wasn't it? Let's go see what Goots wants. Also...
Do you have a name, doggy? I'd call you Torgal, but that one's already taken.
I've no idea what a Twitcher is. I feel like I should. Goots!
What am I gonna do?
What have you
Is
done?
everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
Oh. Yeah. There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done
No, that does not sound like
I
her.
wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
I am not afraid of a lashing.
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
I appreciate the fact that the backing out option was I'd rather not risk it.
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
But what if it's not? An eye for an eye. Either that or she's been doing something to mess some people up. Karen!
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then.
Clive, your subtlety level is low.
Out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking.
Clive, you suck at this.
All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it?
No, we don't believe it.
Profiting off the blood of innocence, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid.
We have noticed, Karen.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
That was an odd way to leave that conversation. Goots?
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No.
Quite right, Goots. Quite right.
People do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Or...
I'm going to find out.
Oh, of course he is.
That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right.
Clive?
That's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
I saw that coming a mile away. Come on then, Goots. Let's go to Dalimil.
It shouldn't be too hard to find Goots.
What with him being the size of a marble? And the fact that I've got a quest marker. Here he is.
Could be I know something more. What's it worth to you?
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave.
Huh.
Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
The Reaper?
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have.
Where?
You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers.
Well, we are a bold man.
Bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
Clive's so polite. I appreciate.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
No.
Unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this store he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
Oh, I'm always careful.
You too, Goots.
Clive crosses his arms a lot.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Oh. It's a very unassuming storehouse, isn't it?
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
Gasp.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that's sword.
Where did you guys come from? Oh no. A small band of ragtag individuals.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I was gonna say, are we gonna get new enemies approaching?
Over here! Alright!
Haha! Stab. Cure? Where's the healer? There's the healer. I win. Well, Torgal wins, technically. 500 XP for that. Don't mind if I do. Load of bits and pieces. Now, where's that merchant?
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men...
Who?
He'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts.
You wanted him?
Weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lump in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil.
He is not a lump.
Then you
He is a valuable member of our team.
Go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone. Before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots. Right now.
Teleport you back? Cutscene you back.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That
When?
loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue.
Well, you've got no men left, so...
Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself.
Goot, no.
Enough, all of you!
Oh, hello.
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, Area. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always
She's got
been.
such a way with words.
What was it we called you? Wet legs.
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
No.
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
Oop.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met?
That bottle there is...
An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
I assume she's going to fill us in a little bit on.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was.
But she does have a
Isn't it
fake
easy
guy.
going through life one eye short of a pair? After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this.
Oh.
He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough.
Look how matter of fact she is.
Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Ta-ra, Scylla. Yes, reminds me very much.
Across you, Karen.
Reminds me of Scylla Black. That was far more entertaining than I think it had any right to be. Again, the quest design has been very simple for a lot of these side quests, and yet they have been entertainingly written. You know, are they masterpieces of literary fiction? No. But they're coming at decent times in the story where you've had opportunity to grow to like the characters, and that's important when it comes to pacing the story.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you
He's
protected
so adorable.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
That was adorable.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You made me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
I really like that quest. I really like that quest. Again, it's because... Ooh. Displayed in Clive's chambers. According to Karen, a sensor packed with herbs and ambergris can ward off everything from insects to the plague, protect a home from thieves and demons, and heal any number of ailments, all while bringing love and fortune. So you can read. Congratulations. That was just a really nice quest. You know, nicely written, characters that we like, very, very basic and straightforward in terms of, you know, go here, do this, talk to X people. But it's the writing that, you know, elevates these things. An ornate brass censer from beyond the outer seas, gifted to Clive by Karen for his assistance in clearing her name. According to the cantankerous shopkeeper, when packed with herbs and ambergris and left to smell, the fragrant smoke produced can ward off everything from insects to the plague, protect everything. Yes. There's still quite a few things to find. And considering I've been doing all the things, I'm wondering where they are. Right, a humble request from Rutherford. Master Clive, I apologise for this sudden and untoward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid, and there is none other to whom I may turn. Your most esteemed Lord Uncle has presented me with a task most vexing, and I fear I am wholly unable to perform to his vaulted expectations, namely due to a marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. To wit, I am but a manservant, not a mercenary. While I maintain the fitness ample to attend to the needs of a manor, to the attending of bandits in back alleys, I am sorely ill-equipped. If it please you, my lord, prithee come to see me at Martha's Rest, where I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant?
Yes.
Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Let's go and find out. Smooth like but... Ahem. I love the puns. I love the puns so much. It has become such a convention in video games, realistically, that quests, world events, and so on and so forth can have really punny names. It's like when everything in World of Warcraft used to be a pop culture reference. But obviously, the longer something goes on, the less...
Martha's got a big heart. It's a pity there's so many who are happy to take advantage of it.
I've forgotten what my point was. Yes, pop culture references obviously date. They age badly.
My lord Marquis, is that you?
Hello, Rutherford.
It is you. Then you received my letter.
I like your outfit, Rutherford.
Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. We met once before.
Did we?
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
I suppose we'd have seen him at that dinner.
I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse.
Yeah, we noticed.
Attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt.
I'm still really intrigued where the name Akashic comes from. Because it's never told us.
Threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate.
Uh-oh.
And is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
Yeah.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial
Bit of a stretch, then.
Of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalamil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Thoughts and prayers. This merchant has new stuff. What do you have new, Sir Merchant?
How do?
The Breath of Light satellite reduces satellite cooldown by 4. No. Not just yet.
Take care out there, eh?
I should probably look to see if there's like a trophy or something for collecting all of the accessories. Because there probably is. Well, there might be. I don't know. This is a much more story-focused game than something like Dark Souls is, which...
easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
That's why we've come here.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
Uh-huh. Handy.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Right, I'm going to attempt... Mwahaha! Slice! Oh, hello. Slice! Yes, the animations are very nice for the combat moves. XP, cash. I really need to get around to spending our AP.
I expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
Wow.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules.
Well, these guys aren't making any rules anymore.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
Well, get your money back.
What of the Fist Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls.
So they're...
Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Yeah.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Take all the ones you want. They have no use for them.
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Interesting.
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere.
But I'm going to take a guess that he's maybe 65 yards this way.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him.
Rockford?
I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
A setup or...
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
He's still got his rings and stuff.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
Thank you, sir. Right, search for Rockford's assailants.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
Hi, guys. Leave that poor guy in bed alone.
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Do-do-do. Ooh!
Titan!
Ow. Nice. I wasn't actually expecting to hit with that. Have to be really early on those precision blocks. I love precision blocks in games. It is one of my favourite things. I'm not always very good at it, but it's like the parrying mechanic in Sekiro, the parrying mechanic in Thymesia. I love just that kind of timed, deflecty, blocky style.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveller.
Even the parrying in Bloodborne, which I'm awful at.
This looks to be all of them.
You've got red on you.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their
I
gates.
feel like these look like lightsabers.
Hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight.
A world of ruin.
When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course.
Simple.
Turn to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bistolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
See? They can say goodbye before turning and walking away.
Uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Rutherford.
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it a constant flow of information.
It's good like that.
Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly.
Good word, grim.
Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her,
Crisis,
we
also a
must
good word.
work quickly. And we must work together.
Together!
Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
Quest complete. Smooth like Butler. Oh. Reduces flare breath cooldown. Martha.
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
There's a lot of that going around.
And why is that?
Need something killing.
Remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attack?
Yes, I do remember
Well,
this.
now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood.
Oh.
Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens.
Better than nothing.
I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But
But
where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it ain't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven.
What
But there's only
happened?
so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
Sure. It's no burden.
It's no burden.
Just I want the renown.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Yes.
Eastpool.
It is empty.
Time since I thought about that place.
Not that long. We were there not too long ago.
Happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
True.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry.
Well, we can do something about that.
Bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move.
Sure.
What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I can do that.
I do.
I do.
Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you.
That they will.
I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too.
Yes, and they're probably full of courage and less thought through than maybe they could be. Speak with Wade.
Let's hear your plan.
His plan will be to charge in there and kill everything.
So Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rossfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea.
Mm-hmm.
I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their
Yes,
masters.
what is happening to the bearers with the destruction of the mother
We need
crystals?
somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I.
I mean, it was the site of a massacre not all that long ago, but... Well, actually, was that 5 years ago?
I'd be most grateful if you would.
That might have been 5 years ago, actually.
Rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So...
It was, wasn't it?
What can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our
That's
last
nothing. I can take them on myself.
And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
And we don't want that.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
I've got Toggle.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I
100%.
can summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
Yes. Now, do we have... We do. We've also got a hunt mark there, but we still need some levels, I think. If I can get up to like 42, 43... I've got no potions. You can't see this, because it's behind me. I've got no potions. Hey, bandits.
You think you can just walk in here? Kill him.
Yes.
You will leave Eastpool now, or face the consequences.
Whee! Slice. And dice. I assume we're going to get a second wave. No. Yes.
That's the end of that then.
No. Flan!
Or maybe not.
Fantastic. 2 scoops.
Doesn't matter. It goes to.
Ow. That was really lucky because I was actually planning on blocking that. Right. Enemy slain. 2 scoops. Sounds like a really bad rapper, doesn't it? Or a really good ice cream place. Ice cream. It's warm in here. I could do with an ice cream.
I'll take that as a no.
Bravo.
Hello.
A magnificent display, my lord.
Thanks.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
As long as they're level 30-ish, you'll be fine.
My lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
There's some nice houses here. I'm impressed that they're still in reasonably good condition, to be honest. Sometime later.
Home. Without masters.
Masters.
We're the masters now.
We're the masters now.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight.
Don't say that.
Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially
Yeah, it was
after
5 years.
years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned.
Oh, yes, because the attack where Lady Hannah died, well, was killed. They set fire to everything, didn't they?
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let
Give him
Martha know
something
that
to do.
everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool is in safe hands. Time to go and tell Martha the good news.
First things first, we'll need to get a few of these roofs seen to. Wouldn't want to be caught in a storm without any shelter.
No, indeed. Hello there.
After it.
Right. Back we go. Yes, we are going to Martha's Rest. Oh, there's another one of those things in Green Sheaves, so I'm assuming that's a chronolith? They, I think, as I said, the chronoliths I'll save off camera. Yeah, well, those times when I kind of want to play, but I don't necessarily want to turn the cameras and stuff on.
All went well.
Because they're not probably very interesting to watch.
You got rid of the bandits while his lot
Not
kept
with my
yellow.
skills.
Nicely done. And what's all this about? Some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me.
No.
It'll only
2
give me
scoops.
nightmares of me own. What matters is you did it.
Yes, I do wonder what
build
that's
our
what
new
causes the flans.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
What else?
Eastpool.
Eastpool.
What an exciting...
Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there.
Mm-hmm.
No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Mm-hmm.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet.
No.
So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
She's got quite an organisation here, hasn't she, Martha?
Oh, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Quest complete. I like the fact that they keep coming back to these characters. Yeah, it gives us I mean, as I've said, the quests aren't necessarily the most kind of dynamic or complicated in the world. The writing isn't necessarily the most dramatic or outlandish in the world, but the fact that we keep on coming back to these characters, and each time we find out a little bit more about them and their problems, and we help them out, it works for me, at least. It might not work for everybody. I imagine for some people it's probably not very exciting quest design, and that's fine. You know, not everybody has to have the same taste in things, but I quite like what they've done with it. I was looking for that thing that we found like really early on in the game that I've not been able to find since. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the old footage to find out. Anyway, no more quests here. We've got... Oh, it even tells us if we mouse over it. Keep expecting to see Jill in the corner. Of course, she's currently kidnapped and we're... I regret that both you and the lump had to get all tangled up in the wicked weave of my sordid past, but thanks to your meddling, I was finally able to put to rest matters that were left too long to fester. With that finally done, maybe I can sit back and enjoy this new world of yours you're so keen on creating. One don't need a pair of eyes to see the good you've done. She is an absolute sweetheart, isn't she, Karen? She hides it all beneath multiple layers of bluster and sarcasm. No. I want to know what the fourth option is. It's probably been shown somewhere in some footage or something, but until I find it out for myself, I'm not looking anything up for this game.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling?
There's a Vey.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
Thank you.
Is everything we've received and everything promised?
A lonely porter. Since I can remember, I've served none but myself, turned my back on the world for a handful of silks and a heavy purse, but where has that left me? It is hard to keep joy in one's heart when all those around you are without. Something must change, and that change must start with me.
You earned this.
I did. Right, so we need 1 360, so we need 100 more, and we get a Talisman of Priming.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
For whatever that does. Probably something to do with limit break build up, I would guess.
If we're going to do this,
Hey,
we
Louise.
need help.
Then we'll have to find it, and fast. We cannot let this chance...
I think the T stands for 1,000, doesn't it? So a talent is 1,000. So 1,000 talents is 1,000,000 gil. So those star rubies were worth 1,000 to 2,000 talents each, according to Karen.
Pass us by.
Hello.
Clive, your timing is impeccable.
I'm aware.
It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Not the cash
Your
kind.
fearlessness and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion.
Grandalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself
we've
unable
noticed.
to provide for its new charges, which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Yep.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price. no
But
less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
need protection still?
We
Or?
may have the funds to buy these bearers. We have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far
Very
from
similar
the
quest to the
prying
one we've
eyes
just
of
done.
those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet.
Have I been
hidden in a
there?
canyon.
I feel like I might have been
The
there.
place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere. You'll help, won't you?
Of course. How could I refuse?
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even
Got the
if I
window
begin
open
right
because
now,
it's
I'll be
warm.
working day and night.
So you can hear all the
So I
bikes
better
going
get
past.
started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You might just have to wait a little bit.
You will find a village in Chaidra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Trading places. Right. Ah, yes.
Oh, you're a friend of the Crimson Caravans. And by the look of you, I'd say you were the help they told me was on its way. Cashlock's just down there, if you'd be so kind.
Sure. Draco Steep. Goblins! Can I hop down here? Oh, I can!
Been a nice place once.
I wasn't expecting for that to work.
Over here! All yours, Torgal.
Boom, 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 boom.
This one.
Ow.
Get him.
Oh, darn. Thought that might happen.
This one.
Do 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 do. I mean, that dog's really dead. I think I got stuck on the lip of the door there. Such a silly move, I love it. You got him, boy. No?
Get him.
Shing! We are really over-leveled for this at this point, but I'm just liking doing the side quests, so...
Come on, Torgal. Let's head back to Boklad.
Theo. Problems?
Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
He's not happy.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
Place is cleared out.
The village is safe now.
You made quick
Safe.
work of it, as always.
Yeah.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you?
She'll
only get
know.
upset.
She'll know
I'll
already.
explain everything once you've finished with your report.
All right. We'll speak then.
Mysterious. Somebody taking advantage of her.
Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
We're still in negotiations.
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do. But we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the same.
Do they not know where the hideaway? I suppose we haven't told them where the hideaway is. Right, that's half the renown we needed. Theodore has a follow-up.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister, he represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic. And they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now. And judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery. And we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. Each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
Is it just for his sake?
I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves.
Wow.
That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
Haha. You're not actually touching that bird, sir.
This could well be the last commission the Crimson Caravans undertakes. Under present management, at least.
Let's go see how readily this chocobo kicks our ass. If it's anything like the red chocobo in the level 70 e-release raid, I'll be screwed because I can never avoid that thing's attacks.
5 minutes later.
Ah, this looks arena-esque, doesn't it? Aha.
Straight home now.
What was this called? Crimson Comet? Dread Comet. Eek. Right, see how badly I can screw this up, considering. What level are you? 38.
That's like no chocobo I've ever seen.
Something tells me it won't be easily broken.
Help me, boy.
Ow.
Nice try.
Why am I locked onto the... Yes, that does have an AoE component to it. I thought it did. Oh.
This one.
Oof. Get down. Oh. Ah, shit. No. Jeez.
I can't go.
Oh. It stuns you. I was doing alright then, considering I got no healing. But yeah, if you get hit by that wave, it stuns you. Which is a little bit annoying.
Let's go.
Yes, I actually thought I might get that. I was wondering if there was a way of... There's probably a way of staggering the chocobo out of that meteor rain. We did get our potions back, didn't we? Yeah. I must remember actually that I bought 2 elixirs. Let's go up this way. Yeah, I bought 2 elixirs for occasions just such as that when we got no healing left, and I've not used them because of course I haven't. It's like, oh well, I'll use them when we really need to.
There's no turning back.
Oh, damn it! There we go. I've noticed this thing doesn't have a stagger bar. That works.
Nice try.
Uh-oh. That's not what I meant to do then, but... Oh, shit. Oh, you can stun them out of it. Gotcha. Yeah, no stagger bar for that. But you could stagger out of it. Level up to level 40. Wonderful. Wonderful. And Comet Feather. As truly red chocobos are rare, one might assume the same could be said of their feathers, yet somehow they are found in nearly every market from Dalimil to Northreach.
Poor beast. There was nothing I could do.
I actually find it a bit odd that all of the enemies seem to be level 33. Ring of the Demolitionist. Increases magic burst will damage by 15%. Specifically for magic burst. Splat. Anything hidden up here? Huh. Little camp. But no actual thing. Was kind of expecting a chest or something, but there's a monolith over here. Are they called monoliths? I've forgotten already. Obelisk. Monolith? Obelisk.
If the hills around my home are crawling with the King's Akashic, I keep the gates closed too.
So we're not getting through there, but we do have an obelisk for Kretov for later on. Hold on. There's a quest at Lostwing, isn't there? For Great Justice 2. I knew there'd be a follow-up.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Quinton?
You know what you have to do.
I won't let you down.
Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose.
But what about the people?
My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long.
Indeed.
And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
I will.
I will.
But I still don't think this is the right move.
I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Sheep...
Ah, the Vineyards place.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
There's more to this yet, obviously. Speak with the bearers and gods.
Then, and quickly, before anyone else finds them.
That little tidbit of lore that we got about how the obelisks only started working recently, once the mother crystals started to fall, is interesting. I wonder what their actual in-universe purpose truly is. Hello, bearers.
Everyone. Quentin has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quentin. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end. And we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
For great justice. Boy?
You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quentin.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quentin to call off the attack. It
Why?
ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster.
Uh-oh.
They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die.
Well.
We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him.
Yeah.
We can't let Quentin die before that bastard does.
I'll do what I can.
Scout, look after these men.
Where is this manor?
People.
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Ah.
Sid,
We've been here.
promise us you'll do what you can.
It's near where we fought the Bomb King. It's over here. Yeah, we've been to it a couple of times now thinking, oh, there's got to be a point to this place. And we haven't found it. But now we know. Ah, shit.
Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died for nothing.
A fancy curl?
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But
your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
It's nice of the dog to just sit there, well, the cat, just sit there and wait for us.
You're no guard dog. You're just a rabid beast that needs to be put down.
Harsh, Clive. True, but harsh. Whoa, that has more range on it than I was expecting. Ow. Sit down. Woohoo, take that. That's a respectable amount of stagger damage. I should have saved that. Too slow. I really like the effects. I don't know whether it's just because I've got used to things or what, but the removal of so much motion blur has really helped me be able to follow things. This is why I turn motion blur off in things. I appreciate why it's there in a 30 FPS game. Where is this person?
This is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear, just as I dreamed of doing all these years.
Do you feel any better for it?
Building a haven in Lostwing, freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost, so that I might take another.
Yep.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
Where are the bearers?
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry.
Has he just left the bearers?
I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Ether flood. Oh shit.
Lostwing. My Lostwing.
Is this the price of your revenge?
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool.
Oh shit, there's going to be more to this, isn't there?
Damn it.
Yeah, there is.
Quentin's not going to last long in there. Come on, Torgal. We need to make this quick.
I mean, that worked. Alright, there'll be more. Oh, that's the wrong.
Quentin! Hold on. I'm gonna get you out of here. Over here! Too slow.
Where is Quentin?
All yours.
Oh.
Get him.
Oh, there's a healer around here somewhere. Oh, you!
This one. Get him.
Hopefully, will Quentin have made it out?
I need to get back to Quentin.
Where is he? Oh, he's there.
Quentin. Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here.
Jeez. I'm hoping his bearers are still. Sometime later. His bearers are still there. He's going to be very numb, I would think, for a while.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
Yeah.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't.
Where'd they come from?
Remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
They knew what you were.
We're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
Or we could just go back to the old one once the flood clears.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins.
How poetic.
Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Oh, and lots of Akashic
I am nobody's
right now.
master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family.
For great justice. I like the fact that there wasn't just a really quick turnaround on that. It took a little bit more.
I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over.
Yep.
And more besides.
Yep.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
Look forward to it.
I don't think Clive's going to get to taste the wine. We've got enough for the next tier. Oh, we've also got reduces Wicked Wind cooldown and the emblem of the Hanged Man in the tavern at the heart of Lostwing. The village is a haven for the downtrodden, built around a fallen ruin. One is apt to reveal its secrets as the Hanged Man's enigmatic tavern keeper.
I made sure our fallen comrades were laid to rest. And they can rest easy, knowing that their sacrifice wasn't in vain. That justice was done. As for us survivors, well, we've just got to keep at it. Keep the family together. For their sakes.
Yep. Right, we've still got Svarog down there, but I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to defeat him at this low level. So, we shall return to the hideout. The hideaway. Oh god, there's another hunt. Okay.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so.
Right, we've got a gift. Enclosed you'll find an item of high and strange order, one for which I require neither thanks nor recompense. Consider it a reminder of where loyalties are best placed. The Chapman.
You earned this.
And we need 1550 to unlock the next one. So we've still got a ways of game. Right, what does a Talisman of Priming do? Increases Lionheart tonic duration by 30 seconds. That's probably really good. Not that I can remember what the Lionheart tonic does. We've never bought one, so... Nectar, you seem to have another hunt for us, my young Moogle friend. What is it? Oh, another S rank. No, a B rank. The Man in Black. Lostwing. The greater part of those black shields who spied on Lostwing were taken by the Ether Flood. However, we have received reports that one yet survives. A zealot of thy evil cause who persists in delivering any bearer who strays too close to his hiding place to a gruesome death. Clive, I cannot begin to thank you for all you have done for Lostwing. So in lieu of any awkward remerciements? I have never heard that word before. And that's unusual, because I'm an English major and an English teacher, and I play games with weird language a lot. I shall be sending several barrels of next season's vintage. I can only hope they finally turn you off that foamy swirl you and yours so covet. Oh. Man has cannon. Aha, there we go. The Holy Trumpitour. That's a great name. Come on then, Trumpitour.
Let me and my mortar purge them of their sin.
Ow.
You'll regret doing my mother's bidding.
Oh. Ow. Where's he gone? Oh, he's there.
Hold still. You're not leaving. Ready?
Oh. There we go.
Waken, Gwen! All yours, Torgal.
I should have put some more single target stuff on for this, shouldn't I? But that would have required.
To me, too slow.
Oops. Oh, that's the flamethrower. Back away.
Get him. Too slow. This way.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Nope.
Too slow.
Oh, yeah, good. No. Back here. Oh, oh, never mind.
Still.
I will not.
You're not leaving.
Why not? Let's use this. There we go. It's not the best, but it'll do. Cha-cha-ching. 200 XP, 20 renown, some scarlatites.
Your work here is done.
This box is mine. Goblin coin. Oh, can't get back there. We seem, for now, to be done. So next time, we shall sing the song of hope. Hopefully, you'll join me for the continuation of the main quest. Hope you've enjoyed this bit, however I've edited it together. Because this one's been a bit messy. We'll see. Cheerio.